Good morning, Newbers. We have a little bit of a different class this morning. I'd like to introduce you to Florida Drowning Prevention Foundation. At many of our associations, we have pools. It's something that is a huge asset, a huge resource, but sometimes it can also be a liability. And that's kind of what we want to talk about a little bit today. So first, if you don't mind, I'd like to introduce the both of you.
Sure.
And tell us kind of how you came to where we're at right now.
Okay. I'm Terri Ballo, president of the Florida Drowning Prevention Foundation. I moved to Florida 31 years ago from Rhode Island, so I do have an accent. No, it's not from New York. Everyone thinks I'm from New York, but it's Rhode Island. And when I moved to Florida, I had my daughter here in Marco Island, and I knew of a little girl on Marco who drowned in a pool. She was at a pool party with her mom, who was at an assisted living facility. She was a nurse there, and they were having a pool party, and she had the little water wings on her arms. She had been swimming, but they all got out of the pool, and the mom took off the water wings, was saying bye to the people who were there visiting, and had someone else watch her. Well, when she came back in the house, the person who was watching her, I guess, misplaced her, and Madison ended up in the pool. So she drowned that day. And that just gave me the drive to say I didn't want this to happen again, and how can we fund swim lessons for children? That was back in 1999.
Wow.
So that was a long time ago. She was 2.5, my daughter was 3.5. And it really hit home because they were almost the same age, and I knew her. So, fast forward, I ended up being a city councilor on Marco Island. I had asked the city council to fund swim lessons on Marco. So we started that way. And then fast forward to 2015, we became a Kiwanis Club. We started, my husband and I and 2 friends started a Kiwanis Club, and we made our main mission to prevent drowning. And from there, 5 years passed, and we said, this demand for drowning prevention is too great. We're going to start our own 501c3. And so in 2020, we started Florida Drowning Prevention Foundation.
Fantastic.
And that's how we got here.
So is the best form of drowning prevention lessons? Is that what we find is the best option, trying to teach swimming?
I think so, because if the kids fall in the pool, at least with swim lessons, they'll know how to get to the side, rescue themselves, or flip over and call for help. So we find that's one way that they can really help save themselves, is by rescuing themselves.
Yeah, the statistics show that they would be 80% less likely to drown if they knew how to swim. So that's our main focus with our drowning prevention. We give swim scholarships in order for children to learn to swim. A lot of times it's cost prohibitive. Swim lessons can be expensive. Normal swim schools, and this is throughout the state of Florida, I would say they charge anywhere from $200 to $280. That's what we're finding. And so our swim scholarships are $210 per child, and that covers 8 30-minute lessons.
So is 8 30-minute lessons what a child normally needs to learn how to swim, or?
The majority do.
It gives them the basic life-saving skills. They're not going to be Olympic swimmers at that stage, but life-saving.
Yes.
Got it.
So our goal for our foundation is that if they were to fall in any body of water, they can hold their breath, come back up, float, turn over, swim to the side, and get out. So it's not about the strokes. Children, we would love for families to keep the kids in swim lessons and become good swimmers, because it's a life-saving skill. It's a lifetime skill. We learned when we were little, and so we still know how to swim, obviously. But usually the 2 and 3-year-olds, we'll find families might call us back and say, can we get another scholarship? My child maybe cried through 3 lessons. They only really got 5. They can't float well. They can't do something well. And in that case, we made it a policy that any child 5 years old and younger, if they should need a second scholarship, we'll approve it. But we check with the swim school and the instructor.
Understood. So I'm assuming that this is all very one-on-one when you have a child and you're teaching them to swim. Is that correct? Like it's one instructor per child, or how does that work? like during the lesson?
Yeah, no. We work a lot with Safe Splash Swim School. It was formerly Swimtastic. They're here in Naples, and their class sizes are very small. They're 3 to 1. So three children to 1. If there's a child with autism or special needs, they go through a trial. They can all take a free trial class at Safe Splash. That's usually what they do to see where their level is. If they are a child with autism, they'll assess them. If they cannot swim in a group class, then we'll pay for them to have private lessons.
Okay. So outside of lessons, what other types of drowning prevention tools or methods are there? I mean, obviously education, trying to,
Right, well, there are levels of protection.
Okay.
One is swim lessons. One is having a pool fence, so the kids cannot get in the pool to begin with, and also door alarms. And the most important one is parental attention, to know where your kids are whenever you're around a body of water. So we always say it's levels of protection because you never know when one of those levels may fail. So you want to have several layers to protect your children.
Got it. So there's something that I've heard about, and I don't know much on it. You mentioned door alarms, so I'm assuming those are the doors going into pool areas. And
Correct.
for our purposes, we have primarily 2 types of pools we encounter. One pool is in our single family homes, it's the family pool. You go out the back door, the pool's right there. It's the easiest access. The other pools are the communal pools that we see, and homeowner associations may have those as well, like the center clubhouse pool. Condominium associations, they often have these center larger clubhouse pools. So for I can understand the door alarm on the single family home probably would be very helpful. For a community pool, having a door alarm probably is just going to annoy a lot of folks every time it goes off. One of the things that I've heard about is alarms that actually go off if somebody gets into a pool.
Correct.
In addition to that. So like if you do have a single family home and you've got, instead of having a door alarm that's going to go off every time someone opens the door, if there's a splash or something, how does that work? And
yeah, there is equipment that does that. I believe that there's a floating one that will go off if there are ripples in the water. There are devices that kids can wear that will sound after,
I think 10 seconds or something being under the water. They have to wear a wristband. Even there are the alarms that go in the pool that are connected to the wristband, so that if the child goes under the water for a certain amount of time, the alarm will sound. If a child goes in the water, period, the alarm will sound, so that the parent will know the child went in. But they would have to keep that wristband on all the time.
right.
I
So,
can see that.
that can be an issue, I think. So that's what Rich was saying, the layers of protection are what are really important. We were talking when we were going through the questions you had, and we were talking about what homeowner associations could do. We're talking about these community pools. And a lot of, I lived in a community in Naples, in North Naples, and, there were the rules. The rules were posted. And it was, what time you could be in the pool and to supervise your children, no jumping, no running on the pool deck. But that's a very passive way of telling people what to do. Obviously, they have to self-police, right? Nobody's there really to enforce those rules. So we were talking about what homeowner associations could do at their community pools. So Rich, you had a couple that we were talking about yesterday.
Right, because you mentioned all the rules for the pools. You go to the community center pool, like you said, no jumping. So there's nothing about paying attention to your children and watching them, because that is the first layer of protection right there. So if there was a list by the clubhouse that parents could see to remind them, pay attention to your children, drowning is silent, things like that, so they can be reminded of that. But also, you can't police the pool as well at a community center as you can at home. Like you said, the splash alarms that go in the pool, because people are in there all the time. So you have to have more of the parental supervision at that point.
Right. We were trying to come up with ideas of what community pools could do. We have what we call water watchers. These are water watcher tags, and you can wear it when you're sitting at your own home pool and at your community pool. So we all want to have fun. We all want to be at the pool as adults, parents, grandparents,
Socialize,
right?
all that.
Socializing, but somebody has to be a water watcher. They have to sit at the edge of the pool. You can wear that for 15 minutes at a time, hand it off to the next adult. You know, have it be a community effort where everyone just sits there like a lifeguard and does nothing but watch the water. Not on their phone, not having a conversation. Sadly, there are many children that drown at pool parties. Everyone thinks everyone else is watching, and the children are playing, they're having a good time, but nobody notices out of those 10 children in the pool that one of them slipped under. Something happened, and they slipped under. So, and it only takes seconds for a child to drown. So if you're a water watcher, then you have nothing but eyes on the children.
Yeah, I worked as a lifeguard for a very large company, which will remain nameless at the moment. It was, I ended up moving up to a level of more of a supervisor role, but it was amazing how quickly drownings did happen, particularly in pools, even with people watching, because they have a snorkel and a mask on and they think they're snorkeling and they're not. You know, they tried getting out of the pool, slipped, hit their head, went face down, snorkel's on, so no one's paying attention. Stuff like that. So this is a fantastic idea.
Yes, and the homeowner associations can get them for free from poolsafely.gov. They give these out for free. They're in English, Spanish. I'm not sure if they're in Creole, because we have both. We have English and Spanish. But I would like to have them in Creole as well. But they can get them. You can actually create them yourself too. I mean, they can be laminated. You know, on the back, it says, as the designated water watcher, I will watch the children in the pool, never leave them unattended. I will regularly scan the bottom of the pool. I mean, it tells you, you know, things, tips that can give you being a water watcher. So if a homeowner association wanted to put their logo on it, have them hanging, you know, on the fence, or have them hanging in a prominent place around the pool. And you know, if you have an orange or any color a lanyard on it, it stands out, you know, and parents can take one and use it.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
So
it's a great idea.
at, let's say at our communal pools, is it possible, I know that you work with a company that provides swim lessons. Would they be willing to do those swim lessons at a communal pool? Do you know that? Or
Yes.
could we, as a community, if one of our communities was like, hey, we want to offer swim lessons as a group thing and use the pool here, is that something that they would be open to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because we've worked with individual swim instructors as well who have tried to give swim lessons at community pools, and they've been turned away, stating that it's a liability issue. So I don't understand when, you know, a swim instructor can carry their own liability insurance. I think it's more of a liability for homeowner associations to have residents living there who don't know how to swim and they're using their pool.
Well, it brings up a good point, and I think that, you know, if we were to be doing this, we would want to talk with our insurance agents.
Of course.
At the property. I think that that is, you know, an important thing to do. But, you know, as long as they have their own insurance as well, obviously that adds a layer of coverage. And we've got, you know, a number of protective layers that are already there. You've got a swim instructor. There's people that are observing. You know,
exactly.
Exhibiting very safe.
They could even bring lifeguards. I know Safe Splash, they train lifeguards. They have lifeguards on deck, and they could even bring lifeguards. You know, we were talking about what could we do at homeowner associations as a foundation. Water safety days would be amazing, you know, where you have a water safety day, you have CPR instruction. You know, we could be there. We could bring the swim instructors to teach the children from the homeowner association.
We could talk to the parents and about water safety and what they can do too. So it makes them aware of all the layers that are available to them to help protect the children in their community.
Fantastic. So before we wrap up, just how, I mean, do you happen to know some statistics? It's a terrible thing. Like it's a horrible thing to even think about, right?
Yes.
Like a child drowning. So I think a lot of times we try to push it away because it's just such a terrible thought.
Yes.
But it happens.
It does. Sadly.
Do you have any like frequencies, or, you know, just right now, where are we at? Is it getting better? Is it getting worse?
It's getting worse. It's getting worse. We have, in 2015, we had 119 children drown in the state of Florida.
Just in Florida alone?
Just in Florida. It's the number one cause of accidental death in children under the age of 5.
Is that, do we know what the percentage of that is happening in pools versus what's happening like at the beach or in?
I would say for children, so now we're looking at statistics 18 and under, right? 66% of children are 3 and under. 66% of that number are children 3 and under.
So like
93%, I think, it was 93% were 8 and under who drowned of that 119 number, okay? None of them were at the beach, none.
Okay.
They're all in backyard pools, community pools, ponds, lakes, canals, culverts. Believe it or not, one drowned in a mop bucket. The mom was mopping the floor. The 1-year-old somehow got its head in the bucket and drowned.
Couldn't get out.
Couldn't get out.
But the majority happen in residential pools, or
Yes.
community pools.
Yes. And of that number, 20% were children with autism. They wander, and it's not just out of the back door, it's the front door as well. So the door alarms need to be on all the doors. So the children with autism wander. They're usually a little older. They're 5 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old. That, when you look at the statistics, that's really what you see. And they end up drowning in lakes, rivers, ponds. I'm going to assume most of the families don't have pools because most of the families with children with autism know that they wander. They are attracted to water. Water is a calming, soothing effect for children with autism. So 20% of that number were children with autism. There's a large percent that have drowned in Airbnbs. They come from other states that may not have water everywhere like we do in Florida. And they don't know how to swim. They also probably don't know the layers of protection. They don't know how quickly drowning happens. And so a lot of children are drowning in these rental units. So it's very important that if you have a rental unit, that you provide the renter with information about drowning prevention.
That's a very good, it's a very interesting concept. That's something that probably we should discuss if we want to include that in our rental packets even.
Yes.
For like our condominium associations. That perhaps that's something we might want to.
And we would love it. We would love it. I mean, you could put water watcher tag in it. You could put our information where they can go. To get door alarms, we give the door alarms for free.
Yep, and another thing that communities could do is have a life jacket loaner station.
Like at the beach.
Yeah.
That's what made me ask about the beach, is because I am familiar with a lot of water safety at the beach. For those of us in Naples that go to almost any of the public beachheads, there's life jacket loaner stations.
Exactly. We sponsored one on Marco Island at the Residence Beach. After Hurricane Ian, they were all destroyed. So they had to be rebuilt. We had to, through Safe and Healthy Children's Coalition, we have a drowning coalition. And that's through Naples Comprehensive Hospital. And so there are businesses, other nonprofits that have sponsored those life jacket loaner stations. The Coast Guard Auxiliary maintains them. They get the life jackets from West Marine at a discount. That would be a great addition to a homeowner association. They cost about, I think we donated $2,000. So they cost about $2,000 to build it, to stock it with life jackets.
But at a community pool, it wouldn't have to be that large.
Right. It could be smaller.
It is an option.
It is an option. We've actually seen people, so it doesn't have to be as expansive. It's a pretty big unit, as you've seen. You could even have just a metal rack and just stock it with life jackets so that they have the option to use those. Those water wings, like I talked about, that Madison had on, they're absolute no-nos.
Yeah.
They have to be Coast Guard approved life jackets. That's the only thing that children should wear. Because those water wings give them a false sense of security. Children don't understand that those things are keeping them afloat. So then they think they can go back into the water with nothing on, and they can't. They just sink.
We've seen issues with those, and also with the little tubes that have like the feet cut out in them, and those flip over so quickly and easily.
They do. Sadly, to date, we've had 28 drownings already in 2026. 28 of them. Yes. So there's a lot of information, and sometimes we're surprised. We go out to community events and we talk to parents about water safety, and it really is surprising the things that people don't know. So we really appreciate you having us out to educate the community as to the things that they can do, because people just aren't even aware. They're just not aware. And so we appreciate the opportunity is to get out and speak before people.
And to raise awareness.
Right.
So thank you for having us here.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I appreciate you coming out, and this has been kind of eye-opening. It's something I'd like to take to our directors as well, and talk to them kind of in bulk. Because even if there aren't pools, there are so many lakes. There's so much of that the lessons then definitely comes into play, and you can't. A door alarm doesn't protect everything.
No,
right?
Correct.
No, it doesn't.
So
to date, we've approved over 1,800 swim scholarships. Last year, we funded over 300 children to learn to swim. We have a lot of community partners. We have an annual fundraiser called Aquaball to raise funds. We get a lot of grants. We just got a grant from an anonymous grantor, restricted for children with autism and special needs. So that'll pay for almost 50 children, another 50 children that we can pay for swim lessons for, with children with autism and special needs. So we're really excited to get that.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's a huge need in the community.
Well, thank you guys very much for joining us.
You're welcome.
And I look forward to getting to work with you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank
We
you.
appreciate it.